I play Cheryl Melhoff, who works at Life magazine with Ben, someone that he has admired from afar and has tried to get courage to ask her out or even to just say, hi, how are you? I liked that she saw something in Walter before he goes through this big change. And I think that she can kind of relate to someone who does live a quieter life and maybe sees something better out there. And you do get the sense that, you know, maybe they could try to find this new way of living together. I don't know, it just seems like a good partnership for the right reasons. Ben, of course, I mean, I don't know how he did this whole project. I mean, directing and being so involved with every aspect of the movie, the way things looked. It was such a learning experience to watch him wear all those hats, and then you realize like, oh, he's in this scene now. Now he's going to be acting, and he says action, and he says cut, and he's like in the scene, and it was inspiring, really. Sean Penn. Yeah, very excited that he's in this movie, and he's just incredible. And you know, sometimes when you're such a big movie star like that, when you pop into a movie, it can be distracting in a way. And as soon as you see him, he's Sean O'Connell, and he's this guy, and you're just watching him, and you're like, oh, that's why he's one of the greatest actors of all time. He still plays this guy who knows who he is to an extent, and he's close with his family, and he does have a voice. He's just not really using it. But he just plays him he's just a sweet guy that you just want to like hug and beat up everybody who's mean to him. And he just brings a nice warmth to the character. Walter Mitty, the character Walter, is living this very sort of unfulfilled, mundane life that I think he feels like he just can't get out of and has probably lived for a very long time. And so I think in order to deal with that and cope with that, he goes into these fantasies of another life where he's an adventurer, where he saves lives, where he's romantic and suave and all the things I think he probably really wants to be. So the story is really him living this life and then going into these sort of fantasies in his head, and turns out throughout the course of the film that he ends up really sort of living out a huge adventure that changes his life entirely. I think they connect sort of in the beginning because they both are living lives that maybe they wish were a little spicier. And then together trying to find, you know, Sean O'Connell and this negative, they end up going on a sort of adventure together. I think the fact that she's very supportive of him and that he is attracted to her and sort of dreams about her, the thought of that carries him through most of the movie. And, you know, he wants to do these brave things and live this life he's always dreamt about for himself. But I think also in the back of his mind, he is thinking of Cheryl, and she's really sort of present with him the whole time. And he really thought about everything, and you can see it. And I think when someone puts so much thought, so much of his heart and sweat, and you know, when you see that, it's you feel like grateful that you get to see something like that. I think directing to me seems very stressful, and you have a lot on your plate, and you have a lot of people looking to you for answers and timing, and you're really in charge of a lot of people. And to watch him do it so calmly, and I think a lot of that comes from him just being extremely organized and knowing exactly what he wants. And also, that's just sort of his nature. He was just very, he kind of just knew what every day was going to be, which also makes it nice for you as an actor because you just feel like everything's taken care of. And God, I hope when I direct something that I could be that organized. I think he found this amazing script and wanted to tell a really interesting, heartfelt story. And I think kind of the nice thing about this movie is you don't feel like it's trying really to do anything. It just kind of does it.